Meta Materials stock fell by 5.75% on Monday, getting a 1.66% recovery in the aftermarket. So, is the stock a buy? Set tight as we go through recent price action as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. With only 10 days left to a squeeze, MMTLP is getting a pullback with decreasing volumes, and the falling price has made some investors worried about their precious investments. But don't worry, the price action shows a rise in sellers, but in reality, it's the opposite. These sellers are bottlenecked into a bear trap and they'll eventually have to exit their positions, giving investors returns of over 1000%. And it's just that some people that side with institutions have tried to spread fear about this fall, saying things like the squeeze is over when it's really not. As for MMTLP, $4.5 million worth of shares were purchased at 4:01 p.m. EST after Monday's market closed, and exchanges like Trading 212 and First Trade have disabled purchasing options for this stock. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the one-day chart for MMAT, and as always, we'll first analyze the one-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and ended up we'll get to the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, we can see that we're already up to a price of 1.87 on MMAT, right? That is about a 3.84%, or rather just a round of 4% climb, which is again great news, right? We can see that over here, first up, well, we did get a gap down, right? That's why the total gain is around 3.3%, but still that's great, right? Now we did get this pattern that we already discussed before, where we were getting pullbacks and we were kind of building a continuous bullish trend. And now I believe that this is the right time to buy, no financial advice. But of course, if we go by the pattern, we should be getting a few good green candles from here, right? And I believe that tomorrow, which is Wednesday, 30th November, right, the last day of this month, I believe that we should get a big candle, right? Let's say we end this day off around 1.95, 1.96. We should first up cross the next day with a gap up around, I would probably say above $2, right? So if we do that, we're above $2 already, and then we'll go up, which I believe can go up all the way around $2.5, right? It has to be a big candle like this one that we got over here, right? So this one was about 26% as well, so another 20% climb won't be that surprising. Now, we all know that MMAT is gonna get a lot of momentum as profits pour in for MMTLP. So the real, kind of, what do you call it? The real momentum will begin after the dilution and stuff is completed. So that would probably be around 9th, right, between 9th and 12th December. So we'll have to, kind of wait until that day. And of course, I believe that this definitely might be a good price to buy at, because as most people suggest, the price can go all the way up to 10, 12, or even $13. So let me mark that, even let's say $11.93, $12, right? I personally am going for a price of, look, I'm not all that in on expectations, so I'm just expecting a price target of $5. Once it's hit, I'll be out, right? That's my way of trading. I personally would rather have lower profits than being exposed to a larger amount of risk on an unrealized profit. But anyways, we'll now analyze the one-day chart for MMTLP as well, because that's of course one of the crucial parts of this thing, right? This entire setup. Now we can see that we did have a similar kind of setup over here, but now we're kind of getting this squeeze of range, right? We're kind of getting squeezed up into this range. So that's, I won't say it's concerning as such, but of course the volumes, right? The market has not started for MMTLP. When will it start? Um, Market opens in 6 hours, right? So that's, well, never mind. But at the same time, we can see that even if we get a gap up, or rather a gap down today, right? Even if we were to get a gap down today, we will probably go up and get a green candle today. And that is again just my opinion. But we've already gotten 4 red candles. So I personally would be expecting a green candle for this. So anyways, we'll head back into a maths analysis, because of course that's what we're going to do, right? That's the main part. And if we were to analyze the trend as well, we earlier, of course, had a really negative trend, because as we all know, right, people were shorting the stock, right? They were shorting it all the way down, and now they wanted to short it out of its remaining 60 or 70 cents. But of course, Reddit and social media, they were like, hey, hell no, right? We won't let you do that. So of course they did not let them do that. And now, institutions are still trying their best to create FUD and let people know that, hey, the squeeze has ended, the short squeeze has ended. There is nothing like a short squeeze. Well, there certainly is, and that is what data and the majority says, right? So I personally would go with that, right? Of course, we're going up to 1.91. We might even break $2 today, which, of course, if we want to know if we will break $2 today or not, we'll have to jump on into the 1 hour chart to analyze some details. So now that we're in the 1 hour chart, well, let me clear off all of these drawings first. We can see that we're getting good volume, right? We already got like $100,000 or something worth of shares traded, and it's not even been like 9 minutes since the market started, right? It's not even been 10 minutes, so that's good, right? I personally wish that we end this candle off around 500,000 shares traded. That would be something to celebrate, right? Because we can see that over here we got really simple like volumes, right? We did get 400,000 over here, and we can see the exact result that we got. So if we can get like 200, 300, 400,000 over here as well, that would probably result in a great candle, and that would probably result in a great gain as well for holders. But the bigger question is, even if we do get that, how will the candle placement be, right? Where will the candles be? I personally think that the first candle, we should be able to get some momentum. So I'd probably say somewhere under $2, right? I don't think we'll break $2 in the first candle itself, because as I already told you, we do wish that we get high volume, but it's not certain, right? It's most definitely not certain. So of course, even if we get a candle below $2, right, I believe that we'll probably end the day off somewhere under $2 itself. So I would be aiming for between 1.95 and $1.9. That's still a good candle, that's still a good day, right? But then again, we do need this if we want a massive candle tomorrow, right? As I already told you, Wednesdays usually get good volume, Wednesdays or Thursdays, and Tuesday is not the best day in terms of volume. So if we get a good volume on Wednesday, we probably should be able to go all the way up into 2.25, $2.3 range, right? Into the $2.3 range and beat this level that we made over here. Once we do that, a further bull trend is confirmed. And well, you can celebrate that, of course, right? We'll all be happy. At the same time, in MMTLP's 1 hour chart, well, we can see that that's pretty much the same thing, right? We'll erase the drawings over here as well. We can see that we do have some support over here around 9.85. And of course, we have strong resistance at this exact level of 10.95, right? We have another strong resistance around 10.10, right? So that's bad. Another one around 12.25. Again, that's bad, right? We do have another one around $12, but none of this will matter in front of the big squeeze. But now, since we have to analyze the 5-minute chart, we'll head back into the MMAT chart and get into the 5-minute time frame. And now that we're in the 5-minute chart, we can see that we got crazy volumes over here, right? The first candle of the day, 12,000. The second candle, 52,000 shares traded, right? Which of course is a good sign. We got, kind of a, what do you call this? Kind of a gain of about 5% in just a matter of 2 or 3 candles, right? That's great. 4.97% gain on the chart. Perfect. If we look at the previous day's performance as well, we can see that we did get some dry volumes in there. And now this is the thing that I hate the most personally, right? Dry volumes on any chart just kind of, it makes the stock unattractive to me, and I personally refrain from buying it. But then again, it's a penny stock, it's risky, right? What else do you expect? Well, over here, we're up 5.25%. Great. What are we going to do today? In my opinion, as I already told you, if we fall below $2, if we're not able to break $2, I believe that we'll probably form a pattern like this, fall down a bit, right? But then we'll eventually recover, taking support around 1.9, and we'll probably hover around in this range before we end the day off. Of course, if we want some more insight, we'll have to get the extended trading hours. So let me do that. And now we can see that, well, we don't really have any insights over there. So let's ignore that. Let's ignore I ever said that. But anyways, we can see that we're kind of getting resisted around $1.9. And there we go, a red candle. This is not good. But then again, it's nothing to be scared of either, because we all know that the big action will probably occur around, I would guess, the entire week around that day, right? All of the days, 3 days before it, 3 days after it, right? that's when the big thing's gonna happen before, and what am I referring to when I say it? It's of course the big squeeze. It's of course MMTLP being delisted and turning into a private company. So when that happens, of course, we'll have to look at it. But well, MMTLP apparently has gone live as well. The market has gone up, and we can see the first candle itself, not crazy volumes, only 13,000 shares traded, right? But we can see that in the aftermarket, we got 400,000 shares traded, which I think we already talked about in the previous part of this video. So I don't know why I'm so shocked, but of course, that's a big number, right? That's like $4.5 million in MMTLP shares. But now we're kind of making a pin bar on the lower side. And if we end this candle in this way, and kind of follow it up with a red candle, that would be a bearish signal. But anyways, as we all know that news probably won't matter in this, chart analysis probably won't matter in this. Well, I said it reversed. News would matter in this, and chart analysis not so much, right? In terms of MMAT, however, chart analysis will matter, and that's why, of course, we did get a pullback over here. But now we're kind of getting supported, we're getting a breather, and we might get a continuation to the bull run as well. With that, of course, I remain bullish on MMAT and MMTLP. Of course, being bullish on MMTLP at this point has no further value. So I'm bullish on MMAT and I personally am holding it and I will hold it, right? That's my disclosure. And at the same time, you should always remember that this most definitely is not financial advice and you should always do your own research before you invest. But then again, if you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.